my name's Cece and welcome to another episode of Pet Central. This week we have subway riding cats, goats for rent, and so much more. To check out all of this, make sure you stay tuned. Abstract interior design is a complicated thing. Now some people like it, some people don't, and others, well, they say that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. However, this next story may be of interest to all when checking out the work of a very special husky who decided to redecorate his owner's home while they were away, using his own unique abstract talents to do so. Now, after the pooch in question was left to his own devices, while his owners left for 3.5 hours to catch a film, he then proceeded to release his inner artist by inking his paws and then tagging the entire apartment. The husky used traditional Chinese calligraphy ink, which, as it turns out, is both non-toxic and 100% biological to both humans and animals. Genius. The artistic husky literally used the entire apartment as his canvas, making sure he left no spot untouched, including floors, couches, pillows, expensive handbags, and, well, anything else that got in the way. Note the white floors, which were turned from a slightly boring monochrome white to a furious expression of spotted black. The one thing that was left more or less untouched though was the bed, albeit for one exceptionally well-placed paw print. That was his coup de grace, much like a minimalist signature. So, for those of you who think interior design isn't for dogs, well, you've just been proven wrong. The Tokyo subway system, while being run noticeably well, isn't the easiest subway system to get a hang of, and in fact, many foreigners and locals can be occasionally seen either trying to get their bearings or figure out where to go. One passenger laughs at them all. Not only does he ride the metro with utter calm and confidence, but he also happens to be a cat. The cat in question has been riding the city's Seibu Ikebukuro line since 2013 and has been noted as having excellent subway etiquette, meaning he tries to make himself as compact as possible, calmly waits or in some cases sleeps in his seat, which doesn't seem to bother any of the passengers. Now, while we can't necessarily prove this is always the same cat, one thing that can be said is that in all the pictures the cat does look very much the same, and as mentioned, he always rides the same line. So, next time you're stuck in the Tokyo subway, remember, don't panic. If a cat can figure this thing out, then surely you can too. I do wonder how he pays for his ticket though. Now for another session of Ask the Vet, where you pose your questions and we get one of our vets to answer them. This week we have Mabel Chow who asks, sometimes my dog moves his paws and makes weird noises while he sleeps. I'm just wondering, do dogs dream?
Yes, I think they do really dream, and it'd be a lot more surprising if they didn't dream. And why I say that is that the brain of dogs is structurally very similar to the brain of humans. And we know that the electrical energy, electrical impulses through the brain work similar to humans at the same time. And research has shown that sleeping rats do dream. So we've every right to assume that dogs dream. And usually what happens, a dog actually sleeps 50% of its day, but they sleep very different from humans. And an area in the brain called the hippocampus is the area that the memory is stored in. So when we, and when assumably dogs go to sleep, the hippocampus is updating. It's like backing up the information from the day. And what we know is that in humans, when we dream, we are reliving what's happened during our day. And this is what we have to assume that dogs do too. Watch your dog. When he goes to sleep, after about 20 minutes, he sleeps much lighter than we do. That's when dreaming will start. And you may see little twitches, you may see little paddling, you may see little movements. We call them rapid eye movements under his closed eyelids. And these are all indication that your dog is reliving the day, having a great dream, having nice fun again, and updating that information into his memory and his hippocampus. So yes, your dog is dreaming.
Thanks, Dr. Taylor. And that's it for another session of Ask the Vet. And if you have a question about your pet, make sure to hop onto our Facebook page. Leave it there with a hashtag #AskTheVet. Japan has many interesting things for rent, from the average to the downright bizarre. However, this next item is both brilliant and, well, has left us a little bit stunned. Yes, online retail service DMM now gives you the option to rent, wait for it, a goat. But why would anyone rent a goat, you ask? Well, it turns out that DMM have actually made a list of why someone would want to do this, including replacement weed killer, and yes, goats consume them, no problem. Goats can get places a machine could never go and eat up unwanted patches of grass on, say, steep hillsides, as well as animal therapy, meaning that people can be around goats to both de-stress and feel closer to nature. Check out this video of a bunch of kindergarteners bidding a group of goats farewell after having a fun few hours interacting with them. However, if you still aren't buying into this, we also found some testimonials of clients who have used the service who have said things like, the goats eat up to 10 kilograms or 22 pounds of grass per day. It disappears before our eyes. They've cleared the grass where we've needed it done and expanded the usable area. So if you're in Japan and you need a more eco-friendly lawnmower, or you're a bit lonely and you just need someone to hang out with for a bit, it only costs 15,000 yen, which is about 137 USD per month, for you to rent your very own goat. A picture says 1,000 words, and for those of us who can only bark, maybe that much more. Now, every pet owner knows that every now and again they get that wonderful picture where their pet's expression just says it all. Which is exactly what Eike Vogelsang, aka Wieselblitz, was aiming for when she took a series of photographs called Dogs Questioning Their Owner's Sanity. A professional portrait photographer of both people and dogs based in Germany, Wieselblitz's aim was to capture both the expressions and characters of her subjects, whether they be silly, funny, or even melancholic. It's a fraction of a second that tells it all. The pictures are truly fun to look at, with the dogs really looking like they're smiling, laughing, or as the title suggests, questioning the photographer's sanity. Yes, like humans, dogs do really feel emotions. The talented photographer was quoted as saying, "I usually prefer the pictures which don't look like that one portrait the owner would hang on his wall. I like the outtakes, the bewildered, quirky expressions. I found that in some pictures, the dog look like they think that the photographer lost her mind. As I said, I'm definitely crazy about dogs, but I think I'm mostly harmless too." Now, I personally love the photos, and if you want more info about them or about the photographer, go check out Wieselblitz on Facebook. And that's it for another episode of Pet Central. Make sure that you hit subscribe to keep up to date with all the latest pet news. Until then, bye!